my amazing, did I say amazing man breakthrough women. You are truly miracles, miracles embodied, living alive as the feminine form, dancing, shining now. It's Coot here, just wanted to say hi, and it's been a few days since the man breakthrough experience, and you know, each day I carry you in my heart, and you know, when I close my eyes, I literally feel you, and I feel your feelings and emotions and beauty and radiance and shine and gifts and magnificence with which you showed up this last weekend at the Man Breakthrough Experience. And I just want to first and foremost truly, deeply acknowledge you for committing to yourself. This was really a commitment to yourself more than anything. Not to a man, not to a relationship, to yourself. Because as we talked about, the real relationship is with you. The real relationship is with yourself. So I want to acknowledge you. I know that there were times where it may have been challenging. There may have been times where you wanted to run. There might have been times where you wanted to just leave the room for whatever reason, and maybe your mind may have created all sorts of real, logical, sensible excuses to do that. But you stayed. You stayed with it. You stayed in the room. You stayed in the fire, and you allowed yourself through that alchemical process that was going on this weekend to be liberated, to be freed, to be opened, to be birthed in you. And you know, the courage it takes, the heart it takes to do that, to go through that is so incredible. And I want you to know what an honor and what a joy it was to be able to observe you as feminine, you know, goddesses birthing into a bigger, you know, more expansive expression of your own authentic selves. What a true humbling honor is for me as a human being, what that is for me as a man, to have that privilege to bear witness and be in the room as that happened, and as you incredible women and goddesses held the space for each other. And so I want you to know I'm blessed, I'm honored. I've been blessed by being in this weekend with you. I've been blessed by having the opportunity to serve each and every one of you at this level. So thank you for that opportunity. It has touched my life. It has enriched my life. It has blessed me as a human being and as a man. So I want to honor who you are being and the impact you're having on yourselves, on each other, on the world, in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Words will not suffice to express how I feel from the weekend. It was magical what we all created together, and just know that magic and that potential and that possibility is really part of what is available moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. So I want to encourage you to know that the Man Breakthrough Weekend is just the beginning. It's just the start. Now we're at the start line to kind of like run the race. Now we're at the start line to do the dance, so to speak. So stay awake, stay alert. Make sure you're checking in with yourselves. Make sure each day you spend the daily time to love yourself. You spend the daily time to nourish yourself. You spend the daily time to create the space in your busy lives where you can cut the distractions, you can unplug. Guideline number 2, you can unplug from social media and life and cell phones and being busy and the doingness of which, some of which is often a very masculine modality. And you know, you can give yourself some space to just be, to just rest, to just relax, to just rest into the feminine. You know, I often tell some of my women clients, to the degree that you are needing to be in your masculine at work, to the degree you're needing to, whether you're a single mother, whether you're in a corporate job, and you're needing to be in the masculine, is to that degree when you're not at work, I invite you to create a moment of time where you can unwind to the other extreme. Okay, so if you're on one side over here having to kind of hold it together and be responsible and be directional and be masculine, then perhaps you come home and for 1 hour you give yourself a goddess time, a date with yourself where you allow yourself to go to the other extreme in that time with a container and allow yourself to express the other spectrum of the goddess, the feminine, to an extreme, so that you can kind of come back into an organic, natural balance of your own feminine. Does that make sense? It's like if you stretch a muscle way over here, we're going to stretch it way over here so that you can kind of rest back over here. But if you don't give yourself, if you're in a certain mode all day, you're in a certain mode all day, making things happen, creating, making things happen on phone calls, making things happen, being Superwoman, and you don't necessarily give yourself that space, you know, it starts to run a certain energy frequency, and the energy in your body and your physiology often starts to run a certain way in a certain masculine mode. It starts to run a certain way that sometimes you can stay stuck in that mode. And that energy is what will attract to you your reciprocal mate, your reciprocal partner, your reciprocal energies in the form of the manifestation of the masculine consciousness that comes to you. Does that make sense? So give yourself that space, give yourself that time is so important. What can you do in that space? What can you do in that time? What can you do to nourish the goddess, to nourish your beings, your mind, your body, you know, your hearts, your souls in that space to it's almost like light the fire, stoke the fire of the feminine to allow that to continue to blossom and come alive and come alive and come alive and come alive and come alive, because you know you need that, we need that energy that you are as a feminine being, as a feminine creature, is the force, is the life force, Shakti energy that literally is the force and embodiment of life itself, is the force and embodiment of the dance and the play of that life is. We need you. We need that. Please, please, please do not underestimate the power, the alchemical, attractive, magnetic, liberating power as a feminine being that you are, that movement of energy and mystery is, that is a gift to everything that is living and breathing. We need it. It's time. I invite it. And I invite you to give yourself the space to nourish that. And also, as a part of that, really make sure you are spending the daily time with that little kid. That little kid is often that aspect of yourself, the 5-year-old, the 6-year-old, the 8-year-old, that often unconsciously learn the way of being, goes out into the world. And even though we might be 20, 30, 40, 50, many times we will be playing out trying to get those unmet needs of that little kid. So to the degree that those needs are often unmet, we'll seek that in the world to try and get those unmet needs met. So the more we are able to meet those needs and nourish and heal that part of yourself, the more whole, the more integrated you'll become, the more whole and complete you'll become, and then the love will begin to overflow in your own being, and from that place you can move to that fourth stage of beyond wholeness and completeness to opening even more, but not from a place of need, from a place of fullness and your own love's overflow. So if there's one other thing I'd encourage that you do every day is you take 5, 10, 15 minutes each day and you close your eyes and you speak to that young part of you. You nourish that little girl inside, you love her, you be with her, you do things that bring her alive and fulfill her and meet some of those needs, whether it's love, whether it's attention, whether it's acknowledgement, whether it's praise, whether it's validation, whatever it might be. You give the love to yourself in that process. That's where part of the healing is. Healing is applying loving to those parts of us that hurt, and that's where the container and the foundation is. So I want to let you know, as we are now moving out of the Man Breakthrough experience, that I love you. You have an amazing community of women that you have collectively attracted into your lives. I want to continue to invite you to love each other, to support each other through the Facebook page, through gatherings you create together, and really create the space and the time to support each other as a force, as a field, as a vortex, as an energy, as a consciousness, as a community of women that continue to rise, because we need you. You know, you incredible women are really the foundation of the universe, because everything and every single human being emerged from you. We were held in your womb for 9 months, and all of us emerged from you, from your bodies, from your blood, from your chi, from your beingness. We came out of you. And just know that you as mothers are impacting the world right now, just in being mothers. So we need you to continue to evolve and be as amazing as you can be, because that will impact our children, and as a result, the next generation, the next generation, the next generation. So just know, sending you love, sending you blessings, and I can't wait to see you and speak to you soon. Much love now.